BoDean 52, how are you, folks? I'm out today on a beautiful, beautiful night, and I really wanted to ride and talk to you about how great the motorcycle seat I have right now is a Mustang 2-up that I've had a couple years because some folks have been asking. And this is one of those days that you're going to do the right thing, even though it feels really, really wrong. There's beads on my seat. Oh, wait till you hear this story. So if you follow my channel, you know that I am a huge fan of the Mustang motorcycle seats. A lot of folks have different type of seats. They like them. We all have our favorites. That's cool. I know I think I told the tall boy at the stock on here and then this one. So I haven't tried every motorcycle seat, but I've had this one for a few years. It's been on 2 bikes now. I freaking love it, right? And a lot of you, including somebody today before I went out on this ride, was like, dude, I see you're still using that seat. How do you like it? So I thought I'd talk about it a little bit and tie it into a problem I have. So on the last motorcycle vacation with some buddies, they show up and they have these, what I showed you in the introduction, these bead seats. I guess is technically what they're called. I call them inappropriate. Now, this is a PG channel, so I'm going to keep it that way. But both guys show up and they have them. Now, one has it just for him. The other guy has it for his passenger and himself. And they swear by it. So we spend about a week together riding. And if they told me once, they told me 20 times, you should get these beads. They're really cool. And I'm like, well, 2 things. One, there's no darn way those are going on my motorcycle, number 1. And number 2 is, I love my seat. I'm not going to do anything to tarnish it. I'm not going to do anything to change it because I love it. So then I come to find out that another moto vlogger and lives in Pennsylvania, good guy, Road Glide Andy, he's got them too. Now, Andy is freaking relentless, in a good way, about how great these speed seats. See, I can't even say it. It's so upsetting to me. And he's going on and on about them. I'm like, I get it, dude. You guys have fun with your beads. I'm good, right? I like it how it is. So I thought that went away until I get a package at the front door. And it's from Road Glide Andy, who does have, like I said, have a channel and is a subscriber of my channel. I open it up, and those beads are in it. So, number 1 is, my question is, how do I tell the guy who spent his hard cash to send those to me, I'm not going to put them on my bike, dude, and just send them back to him? Because every time I take a picture on Instagram or ride, he's going to see they're not there. So it felt like the right thing to do to put them on the bike. So when I got them, I had them in my office in my house, and I put them on my chair, and I sat on them. I'm like, oh man, this is ridiculous. There's no way I'm going to do this. Not happening. Never. And then I'm like, come on, dude. How freaking nice is that for somebody to do that? Right? Maybe he's just trying to show me, is probably what it is, and go, haha, I gotcha. I was right, you were wrong. Maybe that's the plan. But I'm like, all right, I'm going to put them on. I'll ride it around the block. And I'll complain about them and tell you it's ridiculous and don't do it. So I'm on mile 15 to 20 miles maybe on the bike. And let me tell you what I think so far. Look at that. America. So I put them on, and I sent him a picture, and I'm like, all right, dude, they're on. He's like, oh, how are they? I'm like, fine. So I thought I'd ride and talk to you about the bead and the seats. Now, first of all, if I'm kind kind of moving around, you'll understand. And, but first of all, if you clicked on this video because of the Mustang seat, let me tell you what, I love it. It sits you a couple inches back. It has fantastic support. Man, it is fantastic. I have a couple videos that I'll link in the description where I did a full review and then a 1 year. So I want to make sure that you get that if that's what you came for. And then you just get a little extra bead action video. So I put them on, and I guess the reason that people would put them on their bikes, as far as I'm concerned, is I guess they're supposed to give you a little more air in the derriere. Did you catch that? You like that? Yeah, that's right. That's right. BoDean 52 Comedy, coming to my channel to listen to old dad jokes. And so I put them on. I guess it's supposed to help you if, like it's a hot day out. And maybe you get a little sweaty down there. Right? I'm trying to say it nicely, swamp butt, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. Again, I'm trying to keep this video clean, and it's hard because I'm a proponent of doing that. But everybody's like, look, on those sweaty days when you feel nasty when you get off the bike, you aren't going to feel that because there's air movement under them. I'm like, really? I do have on, boxer briefs, some blue jeans. No, I think I'm good. And they're like, I'm telling you. And I'm like, guys, first of all, it feels really weird having beads on your butt. It's just me. Hey, if you like that, do whatever you want. I don't care. It's your life, right? I don't give a crap one way or the other, personally. But it just doesn't feel right. Hey, maybe that's on me. I don't know. It just doesn't feel right. And of course, if I get off the bike after a long trip and I happen to be sweaty, even though reality is I'm pure like a flower. It's just always beautiful. Anyway, focus, BoDean, focus. If it gets that way, I'll get off the bike, go in after a long ride. You get in the shower. Shower. You don't need beads, you need a shower. So, back to this. So I feel obligated. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to ride around the block, and then I'll be good. Right? And then I can say, hey, I wrote them. I really appreciate it. Let me send these back. Send them back, dude. You spent your hard-earned money. Don't worry about it, blah, blah, blah. Then I'm like, okay, that's probably not fair, so you better go for a longer ride. So now I'm on that longer ride now, and then I'm going, well, I should probably ride with them over the weekend. So I give them a really good test, and ice cream shops are closing down soon here in Michigan. And let me tell you what my first impressions are. And never in my life did I think that I was going to be doing a first impression on motorcycle bead seats. I just never thought that would happen in my lifetime. As a matter of fact, I had to bet the mortgage on it. But here I am. So, I will tell you, and I thought the beads would be like hard and uncomfortable. I don't know if they're like sinking into the seat with my big butt or what. But I gotta admit, they're not uncomfortable. They're not like really hard or anything like that. I wouldn't say they are more comfortable. By the way, every time I come through this town, that motorcycle right there is always there. I'm just wondering if I should, guy probably works there, BoDean. That's what I'm thinking. So I will tell you that, they're not more comfortable than my seat, but they're not the, crap, these are going to be hard, this ridiculous feel of them. And I do admit that it does appear, like maybe not appear, that you do seem to have some airflow. Just saying. So I'm not going to be out on a hot day to understand if it's really beneficial because, what I said earlier. But my initial response is, okay, they're not awful. Get them off the bike right now and pretend this didn't happen ever again. they're not that way. So I will tell you, being straight, honest, they're fine. They're, not good, not bad. Seems to be a little more air. But I still can't get through that I have beads on the seat of my motorcycle. And when I did that intro, I walked up and I showed you a picture of beads on the seat of my motorcycle. I don't know, folks, it just feels really weird. Like, really weird. If you have beads on your motorcycle, and I'm not judging you because people swear by these things, tell me why and what you like about them and what don't you like about them. And if you have some sort of other type of seat cushion, whatever, to make it better for you, maybe you have a bad back, bad butt, I don't know. I rode a 1,500-mile trip on this thing, and the seat was beautiful without them. So I really didn't have a problem with them, but maybe people do. I'd love to hear your feedback, because I'm still not sure that I get this whole thing at all. I don't. Just being honest. And this means there is one more company that's not going to ask me to do a review of their product. I think I am out of the bead review world because, I don't know, they seem indifferent to me, but I am going to, because Andy is a good guy, ride through the weekend on these beads, make sure that nobody I know sees me, and I would love your feedback on it. I also will leave Andy's channel in the description. It's just honestly a super, super nice thing to do, and I'm gonna do the right thing here, even though it's against my better judgment, to test these things out. And I'll, in future videos, give you some sort of feedback on what I think about beads on your motorcycle. My biggest concern, honestly, what if I really like them? Not happening. Be safe out there, folks. Appreciate you checking in. Check on a friend. Be careful out there. From a safety perspective, it's about 5:30 weekend night. Just happened to go by a field, and there's about a dozen deer out there. So be careful out there. I honestly do care about you and appreciate you. So we'll talk to you on the next one. And again, check on a friend and ride safe. Bye-bye, folks.